started my career 30 years ago in a bank. And at that time, an elderly lady came up to me and was asking, hey, I've got 10,000 Deutschmark and I want to invest it into gold. And then this was the first time when I was doing some research, and I have to say, the answers that I would have given at that time 30 years ago and today are pretty much the same. And I want to say now it's time for gold, but also the prices have been rising in the past 3-4 years, or 3-4 weeks. And then basically many of you will be asking yourself, is it time for gold? And this is why I put a question mark here. Yeah? In terms of, I want to answer you some of these questions in this presentation, whether it's time for gold now, but I want to take you back to a journey. And you've seen a little insight into our factory in Mendrisio, which is in Switzerland. It's the most beautiful part of Switzerland. I think it's in Ticino, yeah? It's the Italian part of Switzerland. And we produce investment bars, we produce for the luxury jewelry industry, and we produce many other gold products. And as a Heraeus firm altogether, we also take all the precious metal inside, which is not only gold, silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, iridium, and ruthenium. Yeah? So, but is it time for gold now? And to take you back on this little history, gold has been a preservation of wealth for the last 5,000 years. Yeah? Cryptocurrencies, 10 years, gold, 5,000 years. And it has been a first payment system basically in 550, so almost 2,000 years ago, when they were inventing a little currency, the coin here, the gold coin. And it was in today's Turkey. Yeah? Then, coming closer to the Heraeus history, 500 years ago, Heraeus traced back in an old family basically in Hanau. But then also in 1951, Argo was founded. Argento is silver, oro is gold, and then this is the name Argo basically, where it came from. Later on, Argo and Heraeus joined, and now it's also part of Heraeus is Argo Heraeus, who I'm working for. And when you look at 1951, you saw, or you see, that the security measurements have not been very high there, right? And you used to, I was told you had a 12.5 kilogram gold as a doorstopper there, when you had it at the Argo facilities. Later on, in Switzerland, 2 other big firms, or global acting firms, were founded also from Argo employees. And Swiss at that time, so 1951, had 80% of the trading of the global gold trading at that time. And also, the Swiss government publishes its import-export with gold and without gold. And this is why Switzerland has such a predominant role in gold trading overall and in gold history. Yeah? Now let's go a little bit closer. Yeah? Let's look at the last 20 years. And some of you are probably also, when you look at the return over the last 20 years, it's over 9% in gold. And when you compare this with other assets, it's a relatively high amount. But I think you will be interested in terms of, hey, what is influencing the gold price? And I think I wanted to take the history to show you what is influencing actually the gold price. Number one, it's crisis. Yeah? The financial crisis in 2008, I was working at Deutsche Bank in 2008 as a trader. I traded many currencies and also commodities at that time. But this was a heavy shock for all the banking industry. And this is where the start was in terms of the first gold rush, I would say. Yeah? Then you see also in the last history, last couple of years, COVID, Ukraine war, Israel, Hamas, yeah? But also many others that took place in there. So the geopolitical turbulences are getting a little bit closer. In times of financial stability, I would say 2012, 13, 14, 15, gold was not that much in focus, but it was preserving your wealth. Yeah? So if you would have bought gold in 2012, you would have kept it for 2 years. At that time, you might not have been so happy, but if you look at a longer term distance, it is preserving your wealth. Yeah? What else is influencing the gold price? And there the interest rate comes in. Yeah? So I've shown the US interest rate, And you also see that in times of low interest rate or zero interest rate, people tend to buy gold. If you go to a bank and you have 10,000 euros, you say like, hey, I can invest it for 5% and I can buy gold, or I can invest it for 0% or even losing money on the account and then also buy gold. So people tend to buy gold when there's low interest rate. Yes.